She's a dear friend. She's part of the AmaWaterways family, and she's going to also read something on behalf of the priest. But let's give a warm welcome to our local priest, AmaSiena Christening. And for those of you that don't speak German just yet, the word Sturm means storm. So it's appropriate. So thank you so much for coming and bringing us the storm.
Good morning. I would like to give a warm welcome to all of you here for the blessing of the AmaSiena. I'm having to bless such a beautiful and big ship again. Now I ask God's blessing to the ship, and especially for all that travel and work on board. I ask for safe travels, happy homecoming, coming, and always enough water beneath the keel. Here are a reading from the Gospel of Mark.
On that day, when evening had come, Lord Jesus Christ said to them, "Let us go across to the other side." And so they left. During the journey he fell asleep, and a great storm of wind arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that the boat was already filling. And they woke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care if we perish?" And he awoke and rebuked the wind, and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. He said to them, "Why are you afraid? Have you no faith?" And they were filled with awe, and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even wind and sea obey him?"
Let us ask for God's blessing. Almighty God, you have not only created the dry land, but also oceans, lakes, and rivers. Bless this ship. That brings together people and nations and lead it safely through the waters. Protect travelers and crew. Be close to them, like your Son Jesus Christ was close to his disciples in the storm and the wave. Bring us all safely to the end of our lives voyage. We ask this to Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you very much and goodbye. And now I go in the church.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye. So we have christened a couple of our ships here. The AmaSiena Christening ship. It was a beautiful christening. The AmaMaura as well. I've been working for AmaWaterways since 2003. So it's really part of my life. And I remember our first christening was the Amadagio. That was our first very own ship in 2006. And we all embarked the AmaSiena in Amsterdam. And I arrived by train, and I was walking out of the train station, and I saw this very nice looking ship. I said, wow, the AmaSiena is much closer than I thought. I don't need a taxi. And as I got closer, I saw, oh, that's the old AmaDagio from 2006, you know, because from outside it looks very similar. And it brought me back in time. Of course, I continued walking a bit further to get to the AmaSiena. I got on the right ship. But it made me think so much back to our very first christening. And I've had the pleasure to be taking off my mask. I forgot about the mask. It just brought me back, and it brought me back to all the christenings I've had the honor to participate in. And we've had all kinds of christenings. And we've had some dancers, and we've had some musicians, and at some of them we've had fireworks. But at our very first christening, the AmaDagio 2006, it was very small and very, very low-key. And it was in Amsterdam, and just outside the ship we had an organ grinder. And that was our big entertainment, our fireworks. And I said, wow. And I had never been to a ship's christening before, and I was standing in the lounge, and Rudy, co-owner and president of AmaWaterways, came to me in the lounge 5 minutes before and said, oh, would you mind being the master of ceremonies? I said, what is that? What do I have to do? He says, well, just go say something. And it's true, it's a true story, and I did. And that day, you know, I just spoke from my heart, and I feel that that's what's most important. And for today's ceremony, I also haven't prepared any speech, but I just speak to you from my heart. And I think back to the AmaDagio, and what was important at that christening was not so much the organ grinder or fireworks, it was the fact that we were on the ship together, cruising and having that beautiful experience here in Europe. And we have been living a very unusual time, right? The last year and a half. And I live in Switzerland, so I know that you're living many different places, and there were different types of lockdowns, but I know in Switzerland the shops were closed, the restaurants were closed. And I remember the day when the shops opened again, and I felt like, wow, what a luxury. And the restaurants opened again, and it's like, wow, we can actually go out to eat, no more Domino's. You know, all these little luxuries, and during that time, at least and I feel that many of us began to appreciate the small things in life. Zoom, phone calls, technology, internet, and being able to be in touch with our loved ones. And our loved ones became so important. So the last year and a half has taught us that, how wonderful all of these things are. Just being able to be with our families, either via Zoom or in person, going out to eat, shopping. And hear the fact that we're all cruising in Europe, having a wonderful Rhine cruise with Martina, your cruise manager, and an amazing crew. That's something really special. That's really a step forward. So we didn't expect rain today, and according to my plan, it was 12 o'clock. Rain at 12 o'clock. My plan didn't work, but our plans don't always work. We take it as it comes. And we're simply thankful for what we have. So we're all thankful to be here, to be on the AmaSiena, our newest ship in the fleet, together with Ana Lucia, cruising the Rhine, seeing the castles, enjoying the scenery from the sun deck, enjoying wonderful food. I suppose you're enjoying wonderful food on board. So let's just be thankful for that. Rain or no rain, wind or no wind, to be here on board. Hopefully you're enjoying this cruise. Rudy and Christine, who started the company together with Jimmy Murphy so many years ago, are still so much part of this, and they drive us, and they're the reason why we, like me and Leo and everyone at the company, are so truly dedicated to AmaWaterways. I could never work for another river cruise line because there is only one Rudy and one Christine and one Murphy family, and we absolutely love them. That's why we always talk about family. So, you probably heard enough from me. Let's give a warm welcome to Rudy Schreiner, the president and co-owner of AmaWaterways.
morning to all the brave people who made it to Europe. I'm on the AmaLucia, and we have right now 27 guests on board. The ship about 6 months ago was almost 70% full, and then slowly things dropped off. We actually had planned another christening ceremony on the AmaLucia here. The AmaLucia left at 5 in the morning here and went to Cochem. So I'm just here for the ceremony, and then I'm back in the car heading over back to the AmaLucia. And this is ship number 24 in our fleet. We have a total of 26 ships, so there are 2 more afterwards. The Lucia came after this one, and then we have the AmaDahlia in Egypt. So right after this cruise, both of Christine and I are heading to Cairo, and then we are going to be cruising on our first AmaDahlia cruise on the Nile. So this is already going to be my 3rd cruise this year. Yeah? So I'm one of the very brave ones. I was on the AmaMagna on the Danube end of July, which was actually the first cruise for American travelers on the Danube. And we had we had close to 100 people on board, and it was just a good feeling being back on the river. So from our fleet currently, we have 16 ships already sailing in the water. Pretty much just Europe, Portugal, Central Europe and Portugal. We start in Egypt. I don't see much hope in the next couple of months, next 6 months or so, for the ships to reassume on the Mekong. Right now, caseloads in Vietnam are starting to go up and so on, so we'll see how that is coming into the play in the near future. But Europe is always right now kind of an interesting situation. We don't know if we can cruise through the end of the year, or if a couple of weeks from now the European Union might say no more Americans, because Americans are not allowed to go to the US. And the Europeans are saying, why don't you open up for us to come to the US, and we might shut it down for you. So every few weeks there's these talks and what's going to happen and so on, and as you know, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. So as long as we are here, let's enjoy as much as we can. Yeah, because again, it could end in a moment, but it also could go the other way. Yeah. 22 looks very good when it comes to bookings. Actually, a lot of people move from 19 to 22, from 20 to 22, from 21 to 22. So it looks very good. Let's hope things are normalizing. I've been watching the whole case scenario. I'm very big in spreadsheets. I have spreadsheets about everything. So I have spreadsheets from COVID cases on all the countries we cruise, from Belgium all the way down to Romania, as well as some other countries I'm watching, just to get a feel what will happen, when is next wave coming, how long will it take, and so on and so on. So I am very strongly in favor to encourage everybody to get vaccinated. In the future, it's going to be very difficult to even travel without it. So hopefully this will work out better. But as long as we are here, I think we should really enjoy. We should enjoy being again able to travel, being on the ship, being in a safe environment. And so I'm really looking forward to the next couple of weeks, to the next couple of months. And I hopefully, I'm always positive, it will go, things will get better. Eventually they will get better. If not next year, in 2 years. So to be honest, I have not lost a sleepless night in the last year and a half over this. Yeah, it maybe is unbelievable for you. Yeah, but I haven't lost a sleepless night over it. I mean, one thing what happened, I've been doing this in river cruising since 1992. And I've been in the travel industry since '82. I had opened up my first company in '82 in Los Angeles, STI, Student Travel International. I went through so many up and downs, from terrorism to civil war to God knows what. So we always were very conservative in how we spend our money, and we always prepared the company for a year of no cruising. And that wasn't due to COVID or to anything else. We did not know what would come. Would it be low water? Would it be civil unrest? Would it be terrorism and so on? So when it happened, we were prepared for it. We used the time very wisely. We finished these 2 ships, the Siena de Lucia. We completely rebuilt 2 other ships, the Amabella and Amaverde. Completely gutted it, rebuilt it, beautiful ships. We built the ship on the Nile, and Christine and I just spent end of April, beginning of May in Colombia and Ecuador, and we are planning a new project right now on the Magdalena River in Colombia, from Cartagena to Barranquilla, and beautiful destination. 6 World Heritage Sites and beautiful nature and so on. So future looks always bright. I'm always looking for new destinations, new things. One major thing that happened this year with this ship and with all the other fleet in Europe, we completely introduced a new style of dining. No more buffets. And I hope you all enjoy it. Yeah? Yes. So that's something actually I was considering already a couple of years before COVID started. Yeah, because if I go in Los Angeles to a restaurant, I don't get for breakfast a buffet. I get a nice menu, and for lunch I get a nice menu and so on. So in the end, I mean, when COVID happened, I said it's now time to change it completely. So I'm looking very much forward to the views of the people, to the questionnaires and so on. I have been enjoying it very much. And so this is a complete new style, and we'll keep it. We are not going back to buffets. We will keep that for the future. I think fine dining is not buffet dining. Fine dining is really sitting down and enjoying the service. Yeah, and when you come back from lunch, from shore excursions at lunch, you don't have the lines at the buffet and so on. You sit down, you enjoy it, and you enjoy your leisure time. And it's, to me, that is luxury. So enough from my side, and now I would like to introduce you to my lovely wife and partner. And when we started the company, we were fighting like cats and dogs. We are both Ariuses. We are both born in April, yeah. And it was everybody wanted to get involved on the other side. In the end, we solved the problem by saying, I build them and she fills them. Yeah, so I'm in charge of finance operations and she's in charge sales marketing. Yeah, I don't get involved in her side, she still gets involved in my side. So I hand you over to my lovely sweetheart, Christine.
Thank you, Rudy. So I'm very, very happy actually that Rudy was able to come over from the Ama Lucia. At least we are able to see each other, even so. This is also right now how we treat each other. And this is all with respect, of course, for each other, for you, our guests, for our crew, and of course our dear godmother, Debbie. Tradition has it that a godmother questions a ship to give her good fortune, safe travels, and happy guests. And for this special honor, AmaWaterways is choosing godmothers in a very, very careful way. The majority of our godmothers come from the travel industry. And as Debbie clearly shows, our godmothers have made remarkable contributions to the travel industry, the cruise industry in general, river cruising, and to AmaWaterways. We consider our godmothers as part of our family, and they proudly act as our lifelong ambassadors. And family is very important to Debbie. Debbie grew up in an Italian, hardworking family with a strong working ethic. It was her and her hardworking parents, and she's an only child with an extremely large extended family. And she's close with her relatives far and wide. Friends are also like the family to Debbie. Due to this upbringing, the family you get to choose. And I know there are so many friends of Debbie here around us, and we want to thank you all again for coming. So Debbie has been married to her husband, Joe, for 27 years. And they started dating when Debbie was 18 years old. They have one son, Joey. And Joey is 15 years. Another only child of an only child. And Debbie and Joe were married for 11 years before they had him. And of course, he is their prince, and he knows it. So Debbie serves as the senior VP and COO of the Travel Holdings owned brands. And of course, we know the most important ones are Dream Vacations, Cruise One, Cruises Inc. And what makes her so successful in business are the relationships she is creating. Her passion for travel, her respect for diversity, and overall her fun approach, and sometimes also strategic. And I know strategy is very, very important for Debbie as well. So most often, her approach to discovering the world with her network of travel advisors. The advisors, team members, and of course our suppliers, they are her family as well. And the relationships she has is what makes her so successful. That goes way beyond business, as we always say. From business relationships come friendships. And this is how it should be. That makes us all successful because it's the heart that speaks. So Debbie is not afraid to bring her heart into everything. And that, of course, is so the same for AmaWaterways. And I said it in my welcome, Ama means love, amore is a Latin word. And of course, that also fits perfectly to the AmaSiena, because after all our musical ship names and female ship names, Siena might remind you a little bit of Italy. And here we have, of course, the relation into Debbie. But this is just, circumstances that happened. It wasn't really meant to be this way, but I hope you all agree with me that it's also a very, very beautiful name for a ship, the AmaSiena. As beautiful as the ship is inside and out, as beautiful our Godmother is inside and out. So we are so proud that Debbie christens our beautiful new AmaSiena in Lahnstein today. And Lahnstein has a very, very special meaning for us, AmaWaterways, as well as for me personally. Because as you heard, I was fortunate enough to christen our Ama Christina here in this beautiful city in 2017. Some of you were actually here with us in 2017. A very different day. Today we have a little bit rain, but I always say when you get married and it's raining, that actually brings really good luck, right? And I know this little bit of rain will bring us lots of good luck today. So Debbie, please come to the stage. Before, I know you have prepared a speech for us as well, but again, I want to thank you so much for giving us this honor. And here's something little from the AmaWaterways family. And hopefully later we will see this sparkling and shining on you.
Oh.
And this is of course also something for you to take, and maybe you will have it on display later too, but take it home. And hopefully when you look at it, it will give you the magical moments forever. So thanks again, Debbie.
So I'd say it's pretty good luck when it rains. Good morning. It is an amazing honor to be here today, to be here with each of you in this astonishing location of Lahnstein, my accent, sorry, Germany, and to welcome and officially name the beautiful AmaSiena. It has been an extremely challenging 18 months in the travel industry, and in particular, in the cruise industry. And I am so excited and very emotional to be here today sharing with you the joy of exploring the world once again. I can't think of a better way to celebrate getting back on the rivers than by welcoming AmaWaterways' newest beauty, the AmaSiena. To be named the godmother of a ship, there truly are no words that can express what an honor this is. To be named an AmaWaterways godmother, well, what comes to mind is love, family, and gratitude. I've been in the travel business for almost 20 years, and I've had the good fortune to meet many talented people who I admire and respect. At the top of that list are Rudy, Christine, and Gary. You work with the highest of integrity. You're amazing innovators. You provide a culture of loving and caring for crew, for guests, travel partners, and you have become friends for life. When Rudy and Christine honored me by asking me to be godmother of the AmaSiena, it was over a glass of wine as we overlooked the 17th hole at Pebble Beach. It was just the three of us, and I honestly don't remember what I said, except for yes. But I remember how I felt. Surprised, emotional, as typical for me, deeply honored, and truly loved. I have always felt nothing but authenticity from Rudy and Christine since the day I met them, and that transcends throughout the entire organization. For those who know me, a few of you on the ship, authenticity is one of my core values. It is how I lead my teams. It defines the type of people I like to work and that I love working with and for. So yes, to be asked to be a godmother of a ship is an incredible honor, but to be asked to be a godmother of an AmaWaterways ship, well, that is priceless. I have so much to be thankful for, and that is what I'd like to focus on for the remainder of my words today. First, I'm thankful for this honor, thankful for this opportunity to continue my travels through this amazing world on AmaWaterways and these amazing rivers. Prior to this trip, I have been on 4 AmaWaterways ships, from the Cruciotti River in Africa, the Danube multiple times, and most recently the Mekong in Vietnam and Cambodia, and now on the amazing Rhine on the AmaSiena. Being part of the travel industry has allowed me to see much of the world and visit places I couldn't even imagine. AmaWaterways has taken me to many of these amazing places, traveling along iconic rivers, visiting spectacular cities, and discovering amazing towns like Lahnstein. While I will never forget the sites we visited, it's the experience on board of the wonderful crew that has captured my heart on each journey. Many of these trips were with my family, primarily my son, Joey, and my husband, Joe, and we thank you for these dream vacation opportunities. Speaking of family, I'm truly thankful for my family and friends. I have my husband, Joe, here with me today. I'm so grateful for the life we have created together, and I can't thank you enough for the sacrifices that you have made to allow me to do what I love to do. I also have my best friends and tissues. My best friends Tricia, Sue, and Steve here with me today. They are my chosen family and a few of the most important people in my life. I can't thank you enough for being here. I have so many more at home who I know are watching the ceremony from afar. But to my son Joey and my parents, I love you more, and I wish you were here today. Joey, Mom and Dad love you more than life itself. Let this event show you how much life and travel have to offer. I'm thankful for everyone in my company, every single member of the World Travel Holdings family, colleagues who are dear friends. I want to start from the top and thank Brad and Jeff Tolkien for their leadership and the opportunity they have provided me to be part of the best company in travel. There are way too many people to say my name, but you all know who you are. From my peers, all the leaders of World Travel Holdings, our incredible staff, our network of passionate travel advisors, and all of our supplier partners. Here with us today, many of you met Angie, who I've worked with for almost 10 years now, and a group of 26 travel advisors and guests, who I call friends, except for you, Richard. Thank you for the support every day, and thank you for making me feel so special by being here with me for this momentous occasion. I love what I do, and it is without a doubt because I get to work, get to know, and get to spend time with each of you that are here today, and so many that are watching from afar. I'm very thankful to be part of the travel industry and appreciate all of our media friends here on board with us and at home who support and promote the destinations and the communities that we visit. Thank you for continuing to report on the events and write the stories that keep travel dreams alive and help everyone become more curious, thoughtful, and respectful travelers. To all of those in the travel industry who have been through this emotional roller coaster, we did it together. Thank you, Rudy, Christine, and Gary, for providing me honestly with the highlight of my career. I'm so proud to be a member of your esteemed AmaWaterways Godmothers. Thank you to those who I call friends from AmaWaterways. Diane, thank you for showing up. You were in here before, so Diane and Alex. Thank you, Captain Ron, Martina, my cruise manager, Romeo, our hotel manager, Wayne and Leo, who I got to meet this week. Always the best. And our onboard crew, who are always the best in the business with their exceptional and one-of-a-kind service. Thank you.
Woo.
Thank you so much, Debbie. That was such a beautiful, such a heartfelt message and very touching. Talking about your family and talking about Joe and Joey. And as you mentioned, AmaWaterways is all about family and about love. And thank you also because I had the pleasure this morning cruising very early with you on the Sunday as we were passing the city of Koblenz, which is just a little bit downstream from here. Koblenz is a very special place to me because I spent a year as an exchange student there. I'm originally from Monterey, California. And when you mentioned Pebble Beach, I thought, wow, this is my home, and my second home is Koblenz, and we were cruising past, and I was able to share a lot about Koblenz with you, Joe, and Debbie. You were taking lots of photos, so I thought it was really special. And last evening I had a very beautiful dinner, as I think you did too, at Chef's Table Restaurant, and somebody was asking me about the christening in the the event of the christening, and they said, do you really break a bottle? I said, absolutely. So we are going to do the breaking of the bottle, and Debbie, I just know you're going to do an amazing job, so no worries.